Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ooh, shit. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a motherfucking snack addict. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Right? Orderly, as you can tell by that thumbnail right there. Give me that homie love. Give me that homie love. Orderly, R. Kelly. There ain't no fucking homie love, man. At least not the type of homie love that I'm hearing about, right? So I come from the old school where the homie love was, hey, what's up, homie? I got a lot of love for you, dog, right? That's right, doggy. It's all good, big dog. That's homie love. Now, what's being put out there is a different type of homie love. Hey, homie, I'll always love your channel. It's my favorite one, right? We already know about that type of homie love, weirdo love, right? But what was put out there a while back on a particular channel on YouTube was that during the years of CYA, the Southsiders, as well as other Mexicanos, were able to indulge in homie love, right? Now, for those of you that don't know what homie love means, it's a way of knocking people. It's a way of saying, hey, Sasuke, can you show me a little love, homie? In a different type of fashion, in a weird fashion, right? Now, traditionally, we've known over the years, that's not the case. Despensa la tira. Ain't nobody fucking their celly tonight, right? It just never happened, man. I don't know why these fake stories or this bullshit ass narrative continues to be spread. Now, people are going to say, hey, Gunner, what does it matter to you? You're from up north, Holmes. Who gives a fuck? How do you know? Because I did 3.5 years in Fred C. Nellis around so many real Southsiders homes from so many real barrios. So I was there. See, I was privy to inside information. Homie, where my antennas were going, right? We're right there. I seen the way the Southsiders conducted themselves. I seen the way the Paisas conducted themselves. I know how the fuck we conducted ourselves, right? So I was able to see everybody's program and what it entailed. Now, of course, there was a few inner workings in Sasuke that I wasn't privileged to see. I was in the cucaracha under the huarachi, right? But at the same time, in a menudo style, in a direct fashion, wasn't no one fucking no one. And it wasn't being condoned, believe that, right? Now, coming from that era in CYA, there was unspoken rules, okay? You didn't even have to say them. You already knew what time it was. And one of the rules that was there was no one's going to indulge in chiruhu activity, weirdo activity, activity unbecoming of today's society, right? Now they're different, right? So get your picture nails and what's up, are you at? You know what I mean? To the dick, bro, to the dick. Wobble, wobble, wobble. Everyone's wobbling. But back then, there was no wobbleization going on, Spencer, Holmes. As much as you want to put it on our plato, we weren't eating that shit up, Holmes. And I guarantee you this, man. The Southsiders at no point in time were they indulging in sex play or fucking doing, hey, homie, says, I know you're from a different barrio, but can I get a double up? No, they weren't. Wasn't no one twerking. There was nobody indulging in that type of behavior, man. Okay, well, you got to understand. Mexicans traditionally in prison are very dangerous. In CYA was the same thing, bro. We didn't have time to indulge in frivolous activities. There was too much guerra going on around us. Too many barrios on barrio warfare. Too many fucking north and south issues. Too many black and brown issues. Too many issues, period, to be fucking having the time to fuck your celly, right? Sasuke, it just wasn't happening. Spencer. As much as people like to spin that narrative to try to belittle a man. See, this is all a case of trying to make a man feel inferior. Okay, I know what time it is. Sasuke, I've been around long enough to understand the situation. Now, this particular channel, this particular individual who spread this rumor, right? And I want to say respects to him. I have no problems with him. You know, I like his channel. I've been watching it, man. That's that Dirty Weather Guy 916. He's the one that first said this. I came across this and I was like, come on, bro. Were you in YA? Were you in the California Youth Authority? Because, see, I was down south in Fred C. Nellis, one of the most notorious CYs that was ever around in California. And I'm going to tell you right now, never once, not once, did I ever see Southsiders indulging in that type of activity. You know, according to him, the Southsiders were able to give homie love. That's the furthest from the truth I ever heard, man. That's a rumor. That's a lie, bro. Now, I know that Dirty Weather is not into spreading lies, Holmes. He's pretty straight up. He's one of the pioneers of this prison genre and he's to be well respected. But at the same time, Holmes, man, come on now. Keep it on the rail. Go crazy 3 times, right? 3 times crazy, because that didn't happen, bro. It never happened. Spence on la tira, Holmes. Now, coming from a northern perspective on it, being from up north, Northern California, not a norteño, not an active norteño gangbanger, but a guy that was raised in Northern California, Holmes, you know, a Chicano from up north, Holmes, who was at that time a very active norteño, man, in the mix. I hated the Enemiga. I didn't give a fuck about what they were going through, but I keep it real, Holmes. Facts are facts. And I never seen any of that type of behavior. You know, I seen another channel where the guy was propagating that propaganda, talking about, oh yeah, man, and they used to put credit checks up each other's asses and do this and that. Come on now, bro. Are you kidding me? We're talking about a dangerous group that every night all you heard was, and it wasn't fucking, Holmes. It was knives being sharpened. Okay, we're talking about a group that as soon as their enemigo would come through the door, they would get off where they were mad at, just based on he was from a fucking different barrio. We're talking about vatos, Holmes, that when we went to the chow hall, everybody better be on fucking point and not step on anybody's shoes because they would get off where they were mad at. We're talking about a group that every time the norteños went to school, Holmes, we were getting jumped on, Holmes, or we were jumping on them, and not in a weird way, Holmes, in a pegada way. Okay? Guerra, Holmes. Warriors. You know, the Aztec culture, the Maya, the Incans, the warrior mentality, the warriorism mentality at its finest. Now, the Africano brothers were doing the same thing. They were getting off as well, Holmes. They were handling their inner conflict within the Crips and the Bloods and the O's and the Rollins and the neighborhoods and the A-Trays and the Hoovers. Yes, they were doing their things, Holmes. And let me tell you something, Holmes, they were as dangerous as they come as well. Okay, nobody wanted guerra. Nobody wanted war, Holmes. We were a bunch of kids that wanted to play Nintendo, but at the same time, guess what? Wasn't no Nintendo around, but there was plenty of steel, there was plenty of steel, right? So when I hear this narrative and I hear these conversations or these videos, this content being spoke of on YouTube, this is fake, bro. That's bullshit. I was there for 3.5 years down south, and never, not once, did I ever see a Southsider, Holmes, indulge in that type of behavior. It just didn't happen, bro. Now, I don't understand the reasoning behind belittling a whole group. You know, if there's a individual that fucking was in there fucking everyone or something, that's on him, bro. You know, if he had displayed them type of characteristics to be that type of fucking weirdo, well, guess what, Holmes? He would have been dealt with swiftly. See, if anybody was doing that sex play shit, if anybody was involving themselves in them type of activity, Holmes, they would have been leva, they would have been smashed. I would have checked your shoes quick. Didn't matter where you were from. These guys were frowned upon. And not because they should be frowned upon, because nowadays it's commonplace to be what you want to be. Orale, G.I. Joe, right? But at the same time, Holmes, people just weren't doing that. Okay? The times have changed. Now it's become a little bit more acceptable. But back then, Holmes, sorry, Spencer, Holmes, Mexicans were not fucking each other, Holmes. There was no homie love. Not that type of homie love. Only time, hey, homie, can you bring me a sopa? Hey, don't ever say I didn't love you, bitch. Right? Bam. Homie love. That's the only type of homie love I knew or that I seen displayed in front of me. Now, I'm not here to defend one group or the other. I'm here to defend the truth, bro. The facts. You know, you can't talk about the California Youth Authority and what was going on there and all the games that were being played and all the guerra and the war and the stickings and the stabbings and the maimings and the jumpings and the packings and the fucking people getting dropped leva and all their shit took unless you were there. Okay? And unless you were at a righteous fucking institution like Paso, Nellis, TS, Preston, Chad, you know, everywhere else, the legalization wasn't as real. Carl Holton, stand up. All the homeboys, you already know what it was. We held it down. But what I'm saying is, there was never no weird shit happening like that. Now, there were incidences, individual incidences, where Batus got their whole shit took, nothing but the shit. Oh, help me, God, right? Or help them, God, because they were the ones getting their shit took. And you know, when I say shit, I mean literally, cagada, right? But that was a single thing. And look, If I was to sit here and tell you the group that was doing that, mostly, people would be mad at me. Just from my observation. You know, people would be upset with me and think I'm being racist or think I'm being some type of way, and I'm really not. I'm keeping it fucking real. Okay? Every different group got caught up in some type of situation. Was it condoned? Fuck no. Never. Hell no. Nope. Shan't be, shall not be, will not be. You know what I mean? And it takes any person with common sense to understand that homie love, right, is a fictitious thing made up, humps. It's made up, like I said, to make another group seem inferior. Now, I know that there was always issues between the Africanos and the Southsiders. That was evident, humps. That was plain as day. Whereas we were cool with the Africano brothers. You know what I mean? We were doing weird handshakes and all that. They weren't quite as cool, right? And that was their street politics, the way they grew up. I understood this, man. I understood that they were at guerra. I understood that at any point in time, they would get off where they were mad at. Both sides. And I chose up who I was going to rock with, homes. If it became a racial thing, so I was going to rock with my brown people, that was just how it was. Didn't mean I didn't have love for the black people. It just meant I knew where I had to stand. At the same time, homes, if it was a fucking black in the South issue, so kill each other. Kill them. Right? Yeah, kill each other. Right? This we ain't tripping. We're just don't fuck up the program because we're trying to bust a spread tonight. You know, and we're not trying to spread about these legs. No homie love here. Right? That's just what it was. So we had our own horse in the race. Everyone did. And for the most part, everyone conducted themselves like real criminals, convicts. You know what I mean? There wasn't no, there was horse playing that went on. Don't get it twisted. Some vatos took it a little too far. You know, come on, what this idea? Somebody's looking, right? But and that was just homeboys playing, fucking around. But as far as if someone tried credit checking my ass, homes, there's going to be trouble. There's going to be trouble, right? Because motherfuckers wasn't going that route, bro. So when I see videos that are put on public platforms, YouTube, basically belittling groups and saying that they're involved in that type of activity, come on now. We're talking about dangerous groups, bro, that would never indulge in that. I'm just keeping it real. You know? Like I said, on an individual basis, did some vatos probably get their fucking whole shit sucked? Probably, but I can't call it. You know, if something was weird going on in the cell, I tended to walk by and not pay attention, right? But was it condoned? Was it a normal thing? Did everybody know this big thing that going on? Do you think I would not say it? These were my enemigas. These were the people I despised. These were the people I rocked against. I'm talking about the Southsiders. These are the people that were on the other side. We used to call them other guys, the other side. The vatos from the other side, them thangs. That's what we used to say, right? Do you think I would sit here and not have said, hey, the vatos were in there giving each other a bottle? Yeah, of course, it would have been out there a long time ago. Let me tell you, man, Norteños wouldn't have been able to wait to say it. Hey, the vatos were fucking each other. It's just, fuck that, right? And vice versa. Believe me, man, that's the way the cookie crumbles. But you've never heard that spoken on by a Norteño because it's not the truth, homes. It's not facts. You know, in the art of war and guerra, homes, you respect thy opponent. You respect your adversary. If you're anyone about your fucking got some salt to you, homes, some salt and pepper. That's if you're anyone that knows what time it is and is well educated and seasoned in the game, then you respect thy adversary. Never let your guard down. Never underestimate the other guy's greed. Money, right? Never underestimate what they got going on, homes. Because the moment you fucking start underestimating, guess what happens? They pull up and pop like Steph Curry. Kobe, right? And that's what happens to you in a menudo style, in a pozole fashion, right? You're all over the place. So for these gentlemen, not just one, but two different channels to be expressing these type of views, to me, it was just a knock on the Southsider movement, just a hate move to belittle them, to make them seem inferior, and a narrative that is crazy. Now, we've all seen Friday, most of us, Friday after next. Damon, I am a boy, Damon. Okay? I like my fish wet and squirming, right? Oh, Tupac. Oh, how do you want it, right? We all seen that, right? Brothers was taking care of each other. No, they weren't. That's fake. That's fake. You see, that's a narrative that's been spun for a long time. The brothers were not taking any care of each other. Are you kidding me? Go ask a brother for a soup and see what he tells you. Hey, bro, can I get a soup? Shit, man, right? You ain't from my hood. Motherfuckers ain't playing. So that narrative in the movie and the way they're spinning it, what they're trying to do is they're trying to belittle convicts. They're trying to make anyone who's ever did time into being some type of weird motherfucker, bro, to seem inferior to a regular person. But guess what, Holmes? We're regular, we're regular like everyone else, Holmes. Wasn't no one in there fucking... There was no group at any point, not even the white guy sprinkled in, at no point in time, Holmes, were they condoning that shit. If I walk by a cell, my homeboy's in there fucking doing some weird shit, Holmes, guess what? Still, double up, he's gonna feel that. Every bit of that, Holmes. You want something inside you, or there's gonna be something inside you, right? We're not gonna play with it. Are you kidding me? You're only as strong as your weakest link when you're incarcerated. And if your fucking link is getting fucked, we got Houston, we got problems, right? Nobody was doing that, man. Like I said, every fucking different incident that you've seen that was on an individual basis, and for the most part, those two dudes liked kissing each other, and that was weird, right? But none of them were Norteños, Sureños, Africano, Crips, Bloods, or Woods. I guarantee, well, there was hardly any Woods in YA anyways. But they weren't doing that no matter what. You know, whatever Woods were solid, let me tell you, they were solid as a rock. That's just the way it was. Now, when I seen these videos, I was pretty, hey, what can I say? I was flabbergasted, indubitably, right? Why? Because I did time in YA. About 6.5 years, Holmes. So I grew up through the ranks. You know, I grew up through the trenches, the mud. You know, I was involved in melees, establishments, first Norteños getting to a fucking institution, last Norteños getting to an institution. I was involved in melees, riots, opening up compas, chopping it up with a gang of fucking individuals that were real righteous that are nowadays some buddies in the gang world, you know, the gang life. Vatos that are fucking seasoned and very well known. These are the individuals I rock next to, Holmes. These are the individuals that I went to guerra with or against, you know. So, I've had my day in the sun. I'm an old man now, Holmes, but at one point in time, Holmes, you know, I was a little spunky, right? That's just the way it was. You know, everybody was getting their groove on, like the Isley brothers. So to see something like that being spoken on 30 years later, Charlie, bro, that wasn't happening. Stop lying. Stop misleading the people. See, people believe what they want to believe. And once a narrative gets put out there in the wind, in the iCloud, it's out there forever. And people believe it. Oh, yeah, I heard that shit too. They be doing that shit, huh? Nah, they don't be doing that shit. Just like it's not condoned to snitch on your fucking adversaries. No, Mexicans weren't allowed to snitch or Southsiders allowed to snitch on brothers, man. That never was the case. Never shall be the case. You snitch, bitch. You're going to get stitches, they say, right? If you tell, it doesn't matter who you tell on. You can't tell on a woman about showing her tits. You can't do nothing. Because you do, you're going to be labeled exactly what you are, homie. That's a teller, right? You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about ATM. Now, trip out. So that is furthest from the truth, but it's something that was put out there a while back, and it continues to snowball. And people believe it. Hey, guess what I heard? You know what I mean? Nah, fuck what you heard, Holmes. What'd you see? Okay, that's what it is right here. Fuck what I heard, Holmes. Homie love. Now, what I see, I'm going to tell you what I seen. I seen a bunch of people stabbing each other, Holmes. I seen a bunch of people fucking knocking people out. I seen a bunch of people, Holmes, doing the best that they could for their gente. I seen a bunch of people, Holmes, busting spreads and fucking, yeah, they might have played this YA game. Sasuke, you can't walk barefooted, or Sasuke, you got to turn your boxers inside out because the adversary wore them, or hey, bro, don't drop the soap, right? Not because they're going to fuck you, Holmes, because there's pubic hairs all over the ground, Holmes. And once it goes on the ground, there's a bunch of spit and fucking whatever on the ground. That's why. It wasn't because if you bend over, we're going to fuck you. No, it had nothing to do with that, Holmes. Spencer, this ain't the Navy, is it? Right? Straight up. You know, shout out to the ones that did time in the Navy and never got fucked. Very rare. Now, so when I see these narratives, man, like I said, I'm not disrespecting the men that are actually doing these videos, because you know what? That might have been what they heard. But like I said, Holmes, it's usually what you see, brother. You know, and that never happened. It just never happened, Holmes. Vatos weren't in there giving each other the homie love. Sorry, Spencer, Kelly, they weren't, Holmes. It just never happened, bro. You know, these were my adversaries. These were the people that I hated, Holmes. And I'm telling you, I would tell you straight up, gente, they was in there fucking, right? But they weren't, man. You know? They was in there posing a threat to my safety and security, and I was definitely posing one to theirs. And that's facts. Anyways, with that being said, man, just had to put that out there because ain't no fucking homie love going on, bro. Stop the bullshit. With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, it's all about struggling and striving for your familia. Don't sex play, because then you know there's going to be a video about you giving credit checks, and you don't want to do that, right? One time for your mentality. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up. If you don't, you can hit that thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and keep it real for real people, homes, and what I truly believe in. Now, when I say that there's no issue, it's a black and brown thing, there's no issue. It's a black and brown thing. I got nothing but love and respect for my brothers. These guys do not reflect what the brothers are thinking, man. They're just putting narratives out there, homes, that they've heard that ain't true. You know, and it's just real talk, man. Nothing but love for my black and brown brothers. We're going to continue to struggle and strive together as one, man. Any type of division, and that's what those videos are a cause for, division, right, is not right here welcomed in Gunners Collective. Just know that, man. Before I get a whole bunch of DMs calling me a racist and I'm choosing sides and I'm back in the play. I'm back in the play of realness, homes, not fakeness. The gun. Bang, bang. And in that fashion, I can't help it, I'm brown and beautiful.